I just want to start by saying, Raw, you suck for making me write 2 reports, but I know you love me. I know it's because you think of yourself like a mentor to me, and I'm just trying to make you proud. So, here's my presentation.
Madam Curie, who is she?
Well, you see, Madame Curie cannot be defined as just one person. She can't just be a chemist. She just can't be a physicist. She is a very, very special person. Very important thing to note about Madame Curie, better known as Marie Curie, is that she didn't just get 1 Nobel Prize, man. She got 2. I know, crazy as hell, right? Madame Curie is also the only person to have ever won the Nobel Prize in 2 different science fields, and the first woman to actually win the Nobel Prize.
See, man, Marie Curie really shouldn't have made it to where she was at. When you look at where she's from, she was actually really, really poor growing up. She came from 2 poor parents who were actually educators, who became poor later after the independent uprising of Poland.
Marie Curie was actually born in Poland, but actually on the Russian side, November 7th, 1867. Originally born Maria Skłodowski, of 5 children, very, very poor growing up. In fact, man, Marie and her brothers and sisters, man, they didn't even go to regular school, man. They were homeschooled by their parents. Their parents actually would bring books and other study materials from school just to be able to teach them at home. It really sucked. Here comes the cold water. In the first 10 years of Marie Curie's life, she actually lost her mother and one of her oldest brothers. It's so sad, man. After her mother and her brother died, she actually went to go study abroad in Poland, where Marie Curie actually showed real potential as being an actual prodigy. Not only was she consistently at the top of her class, she also earned a gold medal in the gymnasium that she attended.
Marie Curie would actually also tutor on the side, often studied beside her father, educated youth within her school and outside her school. But the sad thing is that young girls were not able to attend higher education schools.
Now get this, okay? So not only was Marie Curie, at the time not Curie, but you know who I'm talking about, not only was she going to school for herself before she could attend an actual university, because flying university was more just a primary school before you could attend such universities like Paris University, where she eventually did attend, but she was also funding her sister's school, who was going for medical at the time. Now, one of the things that actually drove me to study Marie Curie is her endless ambition. Marie Curie was landing on and off with different family members, including her dad, who she would also study behind. She would learn different things from him, but she was a hard-working student. Out of that, to earn her own keep while she was living with family, she was noted to be working almost on a 24/7 basis. She was known to faint several times just from starvation alone. Eventually, though, man, Marie Curie actually did work her way up to the University of Paris. There, she was actually able to get her bachelor's degree in 2 different areas. She was hired by a couple different institutions to study physics, do different odd jobs, but honestly, it was still really not that good a pay, you know? This is where the magic comes in. So, as Marie was working in several different laboratories, she met somebody very special by the name of Pierre. Guess the last name? That's right, Curie. You see, man, their love was like wildfire. Anyways, you know the deal, man. They got married, she took his last name. It was pretty cool, I guess. She said in her biography that she often was inspired by Pierre to actually do her own inventions on the side. Listen up now, this is where it gets important.
So, after they got married, Marie started doing a lot of experiments in this little shed they had out back. See, importantly, she started using the electrometer that Pierre and his brother had actually invented 15 years earlier. Now, Marie was actually using the electrometer to study uranium, to study the different molecules within inside the uranium.
What Marie found was actually that the amount of uranium that was present actually dictated the reaction within the molecules, and not the molecules themselves. What this also led to was the idea that atoms were not indivisible. which is exactly what Einstein based his theories off of later when he did split the atom. Oh, in 1897, Marie and Pierre actually had their first kid, who was actually a daughter. Of course, they were already in poverty, so this didn't help out too much. In addition to doing her experiments in the little shed that they had in the back, Marie was actually working with radiation without protection because it wasn't discovered at the time that you should be using protection with radiation, nor was radiation really understood at the time. Too long after the STAR team got together that they actually discovered two new elements from the periodic chart. So the first one was named after Marie's mother country, Poland, named polonium, and the other one was radium, which is now actually very, very much used in the nuclear field and the medical field. In one of these papers, they actually discussed how radium, one of the elements that they discovered, actually helped to eradicate tumor-causing cells. From this work that they'd been publishing, they actually were nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Now here comes the messed up part, man.
Now Pierre and Marie and Pierre's fellow lab partner, Henry, were actually the only two nominated for the Nobel Prize. Marie was actually left off the ballot because she was a woman, but Pierre and Henry would not accept the prize without allowing Marie to actually be accepted with him.
I would've cut him to death, man!
And surprise, they won. That made Marie Curie the first woman in history to ever win a Nobel Prize in physics. Shortly thereafter, Marie and Pierre had another child. Now, after winning a Nobel Peace Prize, one does become quite a bit famous in their field of study. So they started getting different grants, different sponsorship, different supports, and different kinds of work that paid them much better. From here, they were able to hire on different lab assistants. Things just started to get better.
Here comes another sad part, though.
Unfortunately, Pierre was hit by a horse-drawn carriage on a rainy day in a horrible accident shortly after having their second child. Shortly after this, Marie was involved in a series of different affairs, one of which being with one of Pierre's ex-students who was 5 years her younger and also married. Marie was also in the press just because she was Jewish, she was an outsider, meaning not from their country, and she was agnostic, which all three were horrible at the time. Marie actually reported coming to her door one morning and there was an angry mob standing outside her house. She had to go into seclusion for just a little while with some family outside of town because her life was actually threatened quite a bit.
I would've cut them all, man!
Now, although Marie was actually in the media quite a bit and not for good things, something much more important came around a little bit later, World War I.
And at this point, this is where the French people kind of got a little jealous because Marie was getting all this attention. Nobody was noticing them, you know? Ha! Stupid Frenchies!
Anyways, Marie ended up actually declining the award just because she had been put down for so many years and been held down without the proper recognition. On July 4th, 1934, Marie Curie died from aplastic anemia, which was believed to be caused by her overexposure to X-rays and extensive radiation during her time in studies. Marie, this is to you.
Marie, I don't know why you had to go so early, but we'll miss you, man.
Later on, little lady, we'll miss you much.
Bye, y'all. Sorry you died.
Goodbye, Madame Curie. Au revoir. I'm French, I don't give a damn, you should have taken our award.
Stranger things that never change.